Ongi etorriak Eskoziako Korrikara.
Sinusho agus toliche vi Kurtaikri Korrika Fichet.
Welkom voor de Korrika in Edinburgh, Schotland. Ik ben Alocha, ik ben een Vlaamse spreker, laten we zeggen, een minoriteit hier.
Korrika started running in the Basque country in the early 80s, I could say. This is the 20th edition of Korrika. It's held every 2 years, and it started to raise awareness of the Basque language and to raise money to help literate people in Basque, because the Basque language at that moment wasn't in the same situation as it is nowadays, even though it still needs support and policies to support it and to help the language. We decided to organize the event in Scotland because it was connected to the awareness, like still raising the awareness around the world, how not only that the Basque country exists, but also the Basque language. And because it is a minority language, we thought that it was a nice thing to doing here, to pretty much let know that that minority language also exists, and we support it in the diaspora. And because there is also Basque people living in Scotland, and it has been for many years, Basque people coming and going, and also because we are not there, and it's a quite emotional event to live there. So a lot of people that are here are Basque, but there are also a lot of people that without being either born or raised in there, they love the Basque country for different reasons, because they have been living there for a while, or because they know people, they know Basque people. There are also non-Basque speakers, Basque people that maybe from other minority languages, or people that have friendships with Basque people that they feel it's nice to support their events as well, and the language. Mostly it's about the language and the culture. Ready?
I'm a native Flemish speaker, but I grew up in Brussels, so I speak French too. And I went to Spain and learned Spanish there. So, well, Flemish is basically, since it's my native language, I speak it with my mother, with my dad, and with my friends back at home. But since I come from a quite, let's say, diverse city, we mix languages the whole time. So it's just nice to encounter other languages too. I do speak my Flemish much more in a, let's say, in a family surrounding. So to my grandparents, to my parents, to my family, but also to my friends back at home, if they are Dutch, because I come from a country where basically we have 3 languages. So it depends on the person that you're talking to.
I speak Scottish Gaelic, and I use it all the time. I use it with my friends, and I use it when I sing and listen to music, and I use it in my job as well.
Yes, I also speak Gaelic. I use it socially with friends, I use it at church, I use it at work. I speak Scots as well, which I mostly speak at home.
Well, we speak Basque, then we speak Spanish and English, so I will say that Basque is the only minority language, but we use it most of them with friends, family, and and people from Basque country.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, it's really special to find people that speak your own language. So you can meet people from the Basque country, but if they don't speak Basque and they speak Spanish, it's fine because we are the same region, but speaking in Basque with them is quite really special.
And when you are, in Edinburgh, for example, and you find somebody and greets you in Basque, it's automatically your best friend.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
Well, the preservation of minority languages, I think, is a very important thing because it keeps the diversity and like the difference is still around. None of us is the same, and we all connect with the languages, and the language makes us different as well. But at the same time, keeps us going in our way.
The preservation of the minority languages, it's not just Basque, it's every single, it's a culture thing. So I think we speak Basque, but we are not the owner of Basque. Every single people in the world is the owner of our culture as well. So I think it's really important to not to lose this kind of cultures.
It's part of our identity, so if it will be lost, a part of the identity of some people in the world will lost. Like everybody will be the same all the time, because it will be only the same languages, and that's important for us.
I think the preservation of minority languages is vitally important because it's analogous to biodiversity. The more diversity we have, the healthier we are as humans, because language is part of culture. And so the more cultures we have, the more ways of looking at the world, the better we are off as people. I think it's really important.
Absolutely. I think there's a cultural ecosystem in which we live, and language, music, traditions are all part of that. And those which are threatened, they need the most support to be able to continue and to provide that richness to the rest of humanity as well.
If I do think that the preservation of minority languages is important, I think it is, because it helps to preserve, let's say, certain cultural heritage and also a history. Let's say where the words, certain words comes from, or their pronunciation, always is really tied to the surroundings in which the language was founded primarily. If I do think it's the most important thing right now, it might not be, but it's, let's say, I always go back to even though I'm not religious, to the history of Babel, of the Tower of Babel. We're giving so many languages. We can use it in a certain way, not to confuse each other, but to work together to something more, like here.
Korrika! Tipi tapa! Tipi tapa! Korrika!